So how do you add classes, Java classes, in Eclipse? It's very different than those of us that are used to C++. It's actually easier. The big deal, and this is very similar to whatever IDE, is that you create a project first and that your other classes that you want to involve in are just included in the project. That's it. So not included like C++, but part of the project. And so let me show you how that looks like. So I'm going to create a file, new project, Java project. I'm going to make it 11 classes. Adding classes. Almost. I'm going to hit finish because I really don't need to do anything else to that. I'm going to create my first class is just going to be the driver. Now I can do it by this little button right here, or I'm going to do file, new, and then class here, either one. So this one's going to be the driver. So what I'm going to do is have that public static void main just to get things rolling. You've seen that probably before. I hit finish. And then I'm going to do two things here real quick. I'm going to do a system out. Oh, you bugger. I keep hitting that button today. All right. System out dot print line now. Notice it's coming up, so I'm good to go with compiling and everything else like that. It's already giving me help. Say hi. And then I'm just going to do one more. I always like to put one at the end just for giggles, just to make sure it really reaches the end, hi and bye. And that'll be my last line. I'm going to put some other stuff in between. Run as Java application, and hi and bye. Great. Okay. Now about adding classes. So I want you to take a real good look at the project here. So it's called adding classes. It's compiling in 11. Yes, we could have done something else. But right now, in the default package, which is basically the default directory of this, so we can find the actual directory that has driver.java, almost said CPP. Now I'm going to add a new class. So I'm going to do is file, new, and class. Same thing I just did with the driver. Same exact thing. Or I could do this. So I'm going to do it this way this time. And this time I'm going to call it score. I'm not going to click anything on here. I'm going to hit finish. And notice how the two are physically together in the same project called adding classes. Now, if you can believe that, that's all you need in Java to add another class to your current project. So let's see here. Whoops. I'm going to do string name. I'm going to do int score. All right, now what I'm also going to do here, I'm going to put these as private. Again, I've been doing stuff in C++ lately. Okay, great. And then for a quick shortcut, I'm going to do getters and setters. Select all. After score, I have them set as protected. I could do public, private. Again, this is probably for some of you who don't want this. It's fine, but most of us are lazy, so I'll do that. So there's the getters and setters for those set as protected, which is just fine. Should still have access. All right. So score is all laid out, right? Okay. Now, how do we know that driver is going to be able to see it? There's two ways. Number one, it's in. They're literally stacked together when it comes to the files, literally put together. But let's do it this way. So score. Example 1 equals new score parentheses. The only warning you're getting is what? Hey, get back here. Warning is not used. So that's good. That's good. So example 1, if I can spell it right, would be awesome. Dot. Here's where you can really tell what's going on here. If it shows my getters and setters that I custom made for this particular class, then you know it's actually reading the document, the scores.java file. Now, let me go to scores real quick just so we can update it. So I'm going to create a new one called public this better work. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, make sure I didn't do something stupid. Oh yeah, public void. Okay, so, okay, now go back to Java, or go back to driver, dot. There's this better work. Okay, that's how you know it's reading the file or reading that score is definitely included within this particular package. Now I'm going to set name. Double click on that. Set to Steve. And then just to make sure that it really is working, and again, I'm going to do system out dot example. And no, not set name this time. It's going to be get name. And again, so I'm going to do the dot. So let me not shortchange it here. Dot. get name. And one more parenthesis should do it. I'm going to run the sucker. And there it is. I can add unlimited number of files. Again, notice the only way I really included it was when I created an instance of it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's actually C++ is much harder. So that's how you can add classes using Eclipse and Java.